I'm making this video in response to some objections that I'm getting in both YouTube comments, messages, and also on email in regards to some much older videos I made about the number and name of the wild beast in Revelation, and also the mark of the wild beast and why it's received on the forehead or the hand. And so hopefully by the time you finish watching this video, those objections will be overcome and you'll have a better understanding of who that wild beast is. But not only that, you'll understand what the wild beast isn't. So please keep watching this video, and I hope to overcome all those objections and set some things straight about the wild beast in Revelation. Now, the very popular belief, if you've done some research, is that the wild beast in Revelation should be a governmental or commercial secular enterprise, worldwide enterprise, that deceives any kind of person in the world into getting this mark of the wild beast. And I'll show you through the scriptures that no, it's not just any person that could get this mark on their hand or forehead. It's a specifically identifiable group of people on this earth who could possibly get this mark. And so now I'll read a scripture to you and explain why this wild beast is not a governmental, pagan, secular, commercial institution. Listen carefully to this scripture. So here we go. It's in Revelation chapter 19, and I'll read verse 19 and 20. Listen and carefully. I saw the wild beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to wage the war with the one seated on the horse and with his army. And the wild beast was caught, and along with it the false prophet that performed in front of it the signs with which he misled those who received the mark of the wild beast and those who render worship to its image. That scripture is crucial to understanding who the wild beast is, but more importantly, who the wild beast is not. So how are people going to be misled into receiving this mark of the wild beast? They will be misled by the false prophet. Now, to understand who the wild beast is, you also need to understand who this false prophet is. Jesus Christ himself said that there would be false prophets, and that these false prophets would come on the basis of his name. So these false prophets are Christian prophets coming on the basis of Jesus Christ's name. This is significant to understand. Don't let it elude you, or don't let other people convince you that it's something else. It's a Christian false prophet. So now, this is profound. Think carefully about who the people might be that receive this mark on their forehead or hand. It can only be Christians who receive this mark. More importantly, who won't receive the mark of the wild beast? People who are not Christians do not need to worry about receiving this mark on their hand or their forehead. And so, let's make a quick list. Atheists will not receive the mark of the wild beast. They will not listen to a true Christian prophet, let alone a false prophet. Agnostics won't receive the mark of the wild beast. Muslims or Islam, they will not listen to a true Christian prophet, let alone a false one. Jewish people who do not believe in Jesus Christ will not receive the mark of the wild beast. Buddhists, Hindus, Sikhs, they will not receive the mark of the wild beast. So now we've ruled out the very large majority of the world will never receive this mark of the wild beast because they will not listen to a true Christian prophet, let alone a false Christian prophet. And so once you accept this, you can now rule out the very large majority of the other videos on YouTube telling you what the wild beast in Revelation is, or the books. Hundreds of thousands of books are now redundant, and websites all across the internet teaching you that the wild beast might be something pagan, governmental, New World Order, commercial, are completely garbage. Please carefully consider this. So what I'm saying should overcome the very, very popular convictions held around the entire world about what the wild beast is and how the mark of the wild beast is received. And so, yeah, I'm going against the flow. If you've understood this very significant, profound fact, please tell everybody else. Share this video. They need to understand what the mark of the wild beast is and who is in jeopardy of receiving this mark of the wild beast. Please help me to overcome the massive amount of objections I get to this so that the people who are in the most jeopardy of receiving this mark of the wild beast will understand. If you're Christian and you have friends or family or relatives or other people who have been overturned by the popular conviction of what this mark of the wild beast might be, then please educate them. Help them understand. So now that you understand that the false prophet has to be an entirely Christian entity, then you have some background to further research who this entity might be and identify it. Ask yourself the question if this mark could be received by any kind of Christian, or is this false prophet just a specific sect of Christianity? I propose that it is indeed a specific sect of Christianity who is the identifiable false prophet. And if you watch the other videos in my channel about how to calculate the number of the wild beast and identify its name, then you will know who that sect is. If you then further convince yourself by watching the video on how the mark is received randomly on either the forehead or the hand, and understand why it's random, it could be either, then you will understand who that Christian sect is, who is the false prophet misleading people into getting the mark of the wild beast. And so I'll put links to those videos in the details below. Please watch them. These are the videos to which I'm receiving a large number of objections through the comments and messages and email. Educate yourselves and your friends and family. Please. Now in that scripture in Revelation chapter 19, it mentioned that the kings of the earth would battle with the one seated on the horse and his army. And so a lot of people are convinced that these kings are pagan kings. Now I've already made a video on the book of Revelation which focuses on who these kings of the earth are, because these kings are mentioned throughout the entire book of Revelation. In fact, they're mentioned at the very start, in the first few verses of the book of Revelation. These kings of the earth are mentioned. Please watch those videos on the book of Revelation. I'll put a link in the details below. so that you will understand that these also are not pagan kings. They're not presidents or prime ministers. These kings are anointed, chosen Christian kings. Nothing to do with a pagan, commercial, secular institution. Watch those videos, please, so that you might overturn another very popular conviction that is misleading the entire world. It's very important that you get these things straight. Now, another very popular objection that I'm getting in my YouTube channel and on my blog and in emails is that this Christian sect, who are receiving the mark of the wild beast, should have a first wild beast who suffered a death stroke, and that the final wild beast in Revelation is an image of that first wild beast. And so I'll make another video explaining exactly how that happened, using historical evidence. Please watch for that new video that I will make in my channel. Thanks for watching this video, and please spend a lot of time contemplating what I've said. It's very profound, and I know it goes against the flow of what the world believes, what their popular convictions are, but if you contemplate that scripture in Revelation chapter 19, it can only be a Christian entity that receives the mark of the wild beast. No one else needs to worry.